Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com. Today we're going to make a low-carb quiche. I made it at Christmas time. It was absolutely delicious, so I want to show you how to make it because I think you're really going to enjoy this. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, this is a recipe that I've made sausage in a blanket or pig in a blanket. I used the dough for it. I've used it for crackers. So I'm using this dough for many things. It's even great on pizza dough. So I've got a cup of mozzarella cheese that I've shredded, and that works out to be about 125 grams. And then I've got 2 ounces of cream cheese, which is about 50 grams. So I actually have my little scale and I weigh them. And I'm going to put this in the microwave for 1 minute. And then we will stir it and we'll go from there. 1 minute is perfect in my microwave, and everybody's microwave is different, so just keep an eye and see. Now it looks like the cream cheese hasn't done anything, but it's softened right up. It doesn't dissolve like the mozzarella cheese, so it still come out in little cubes. So I'm just going to mix this all up. And then when I've got it mixed up, I'm going to add in the rest of the ingredients. This looks like it's pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to put in a cup of almond flour and 1/4. So 1 1/4 cups of almond flour. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. Sea salt is wonderful also. I try and stay away from the regular salt. And then I have a teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm just going to kind of take my hand with the glove on and kind of mix the salt and stuff together in the almond before I do the rest. Now I use my hand. I find it works better, so I'm just going to mix this all together. And like I said, I've used this particular recipe in other of my recipes that I put online, but I think it works better if I do it every time for you guys, so that you don't have to go searching for that recipe to make the dough. So now, since I've got this mixed, I have an egg. It's room temperature. I recommend the room temperature because the dough is warm and we don't want it cooking on us. So I'm just going to take my time here and mix this all together, and then we'll keep on going. So I've got it mixed well, and I have my silicone mat here, and I've showed this a few times on my videos also because I really like them. And they have the measurements. They have circles here that you can make your pie crust the right size or whatever. So I'm going to use a 9-inch pie plate. So I'm going to do between 12 and 14 inches for my my dough so that it'll fit. So what I'd like to do is I have a second silicone mat here that I like using. I got them at Costco. There was 3 in the package, and I think it was $13 or something, but you might even be able to find them online somewhere. But a set of 3 non-stick. These ones are wonderful. I just love them. Now I do find the red one here. I got it at Home Hardware here in Canada, and it smokes a bit. Even if I've used it a few times, it smokes, but I just love it that I've got the measurements, which is really good. So I'm just going to put my silicone mat on top, and then I'm going to start rolling and try and do it the size of the circle that I have on this mat. So I've got it all rolled out. Now the tricky part is getting it into the pie crust. So let's play here and see what I come up with. Okay. I don't know if you can see me doing this or not. I get it started on the edge. we go. So now we're going to play with it and just make it look like a great pie crust. And if it's ripped a little, which you can probably see, I have a little rip here, it's very easy to just use your fingers or patch it up with another piece until we get it all in order. So I'll play around with this and make the edges look half decent, and then we're going to bake this in the oven. So I've just wet my fingers with a little bowl of water here, and I'm just pinching the edges. It's not perfect. There is some gadget out there that you can use to make it fancy little edges, but I'm just doing a little bit by hand. I'm using the water because it stops it from sticking onto my hands. Now we're going to put them in this in the oven at 375 for approximately 8 minutes. I just took it out of the oven, and I baked it for 10 minutes. So every oven's different, so just keep an eye. I just wanted it so that, you know, the crust at the top was a little brown, golden brown, and it's all ready. So I'm just going to let that cool down, and then when it has cooled down, then I will add all the ingredients to make our quiche. So I'd like to introduce you to my little helper. This is my granddaughter Maya. So she's going to be helping us make this low carb quiche. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 5 eggs and we're going to beat them. So,
I will lick that.
oh no, this is just eggs, so you have to wait. You can't lick it just yet. Now, Grandma, get a spatula. And the next thing we're going to do, Grandma's just going to move that, is you have to be really careful, but we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of heavy cream into the egg. So, I have my little helper here. It might take me a little bit longer to get this done. And then the next thing we're going to do is we've got a 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. This is Hellmann's mayonnaise. So now what we'll do is we're going to add a little bit of herbamare. If you don't have herbamare, you can use salt and pepper. So I'm just going to show you here. This is my herbamare. I love this spice. It's just so delicious on so many things. So I don't really have a measurement, but I just want a little bit for flavor. So that is our herbamare that we're going to add. So we're just going to beat this up again. Yeah, hold on, honey. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our mushrooms and we're going to put inside of the shell. So Grandma will help you. We'll just spread them around. Try and get them all in there. Good girl. Oh, a couple more. And what I used...
I can hear a choo-choo train.
Yes, there's a choo-choo train going on outside. I used a package, 225 package ounces of 225 grams of mushrooms, and I sliced them up, and I just used white mushrooms. You can use any kind of mushrooms you'd like. And then we're going to add in the red peppers. So you want to help Grandma with the peppers? Good girl. Good girl. You're doing an amazing job. It's amazing how much the grandchildren love to help. Now the next thing I've got is I've got green onions. There was 3 of them, and I just put them in the plastic wrap to make it easier so that we can get them put on. Get it? That's a girl. Perfect, so let's move that around. Good. This is going to be our supper tonight.
That cheese.
Now, I have a cup of cheese, so we're going to take half of it and put it in the quiche, and then we'll put the other half, a little bit more, Okay, let's take a minute and spread that around. That's a girl. Okay, now we have our egg mixture. So we're going to pour this egg mixture into the rest of the dish. So I'm just going to move some stuff around. I've got the oven on at 375, and we're going to put it in the middle rack.
I take one.
Yo! We're going to put it in the oven in the middle rack at 375 for approximately 40 to 45 minutes. Now we're just going to add a little more cheese on top. Maya, you got to save some for supper. That a girl, that'll be plenty. So that's approximately a cup of cheese. So that's it. When it's done, we will taste it.
Oh.
One thing I forgot to put it, the most important part, I forgot to put the bacon crumble in. So I'm just going to sprinkle it around.
What about that?
It's about, no, we're not using that, sweetheart.
Oh.
We'll put, it's about a cup, and I'm going to see if I can mix it in a little bit and then put that little bit of cheese up and put it in also. But I love this bacon crumble, so I do have a little bit of cheese left over, and I guess this is why I had it left over. Okay, it's going back in the oven, 375 for 40 to 45 minutes. So here is my low carb quiche. It's got bacon in it, onion, cheese, mushrooms, delicious. And this is my grandson Luca. He's 15 months old, and Maya helped me make the quiche, and it was absolutely wonderful, her helping me. So I'm just going to put this down for a second, and I'm just going to cut a piece.
Hey, stop.
It's delicious. Really, really good.
Stop,
And we have crust. Don't do that, baby. And it's got Luca, and it's got really nice crust. You got to give this one a try. Go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com. Try this one and try some of my other recipes. You take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.